So I've been using Brydge's Air Max Plus for my iPad Pro from this year. For the last few months, I can tell you that it is definitely better than the Brydge Pro Plus, but does it come close to the Magic Keyboard or even the Logitech Folio Touch? That's what we're going to figure out in this video. Spoiler, it isn't better than anything with a smart connector, but it is better than some of the other products that I've reviewed. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about the design of the product. I'm going to talk about the typing and trackpad experiences. I'm going to talk about the versatility of the product and provide you with my final recommendations for the Brydge Air Max Plus. Now, Monty runs an unsponsored channel, and all the products that you are seeing in this video, I went and purchased myself. So if you appreciate unsponsored content based on actual usage, get your stuff through my links. If this is the first time watching my videos, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification thing so that you can find out every single week when Monty shows up. The Air Max Plus looks more like a typical iPad keyboard product than the Pros. That's a good thing. You don't have to deal with trying to sandwich your iPad between two tiny hinges. Your iPad sits in a thing called the Snap Fit case and attaches magnetically to the keyboard. The Snap Fit case has an area for your Apple Pencil, but be warned, because of the case, the magnetic connection between the iPad and the pencil isn't as strong, so the chance of you dropping or losing your pencil is higher. The hinge on the keyboard is a bit stiffer than the Magic Keyboard, which is necessary to prevent excessive screen shaking when you tap the iPad, which gets annoying. Now, from an aesthetic standpoint, this Air Max Plus, this thing looks clunky, especially when compared to like the Magic Keyboard, which basically looks like an extension of the iPad. This Air Max Plus looks like an attachment that's just been duct taped to the iPad. Brydge's Pro versions were made from an aluminum chassis, and they look very clean, very sleek, very modern. The chassis on the Air Max Plus is basically made of plastic. The Pro versions made the iPads look like a MacBook. The Air Max Plus makes your iPad look like a fake Panasonic Toughbook. The build quality of the Air Max Plus is also lacking. The Snap Fit case actually broke by the Apple Pencil Air when I was trying to take it off for one of my previous videos. Now, that definitely is on me. But I would definitely expect this to be of better quality from a company that claims to produce award-winning keyboards. Right, Monty? The biggest thing with the build quality is that when you're carrying your iPad like a laptop, the keyboard flexes. So your iPad just bounces up and down, and it feels so unnerving because this entire thing is top heavy. And it's just terrible. Honestly, the keyboard flexes like some of the really cheap keyboard cases that I've previously reviewed in my best keyboard cases for the iPad. Now, before we move on to the typing experience, I will touch on the instant on feature that Brydge talks about in their on their website. Now, when I saw this, I thought Brydge was using like the smart connector rather than Bluetooth, but they're not. It's still Bluetooth, and the instant on only works when the keyboard is on. So if you leave your iPad alone for a while, it just turns off, and then like you have to push it on and then do another tap before it actually like brings you to the unlock screen. So it's kind of akin to driving your car. You got to turn it on before you step on the gas, whereas in the Magic Keyboards or the smart connector keyboards, boom, ready to go. So, you know, it's marketing fluff, right? So now that we know it's a Bluetooth keyboard, how's the delay? Well, Monty's going to tell you. Keep watching. Now, typing on the Brydge Air Max Plus is an acquired experience. The buttons feel the same as the Pro, and they can be described as semi-flaccid. The initial press of the button feels kind of crisp, but going all the way down feels very soft and limp. Now, if you've been using Apple's keyboard for your desktop computing, the buttons on the Brydge Air Max Plus aren't going to feel good at all. The buttons themselves are the smallest out of all the keyboards I've used, so the first while with this product will bring you flashbacks of learning how to type with Mavis Beacon, because you have to be very, very accurate. There's no dilly-dallying around. In order to get you to type 70 words per minute, you really have to aim for the middle of the keys. The layout of the keyboard is typical of your non-Apple keyboard with a line of shortcut keys at the top. The shortcuts are generally useful except for the keyboard key and the keyboard language key. I personally think Brydge would have done better with a search button, which is what Logitech has. It's a little bit more useful, the search button. For the trackpad, there's a few minor quirks. It doesn't happen very often, but it kind of like stutters, we'll say. For example, trying to select text will result in the first part of your selection being selected, but then it stops and your fingers are still moving, and so like you're just kind of stuck in limbo. Another quirk is that the cursor will disappear and then it takes pressing a key to have it reappear again. Repeatable strokes on the trackpad are generally suspect, as it seems like the trackpad becomes desensitized to your fingers after a few repeatable strokes. Now, it does happen on the Magic Keyboard, but not as quickly. Like you're pinching and zooming, it's like 2 on the Brydge product, and then it's just like, I'm done. Yeah, pass. Now gestures generally work, which is something I couldn't have said a couple of years ago when I reviewed the Pro, like the 3-finger swipe up, side swipes and whatnot. And I do have to give props to Brydge for keeping on it, because they have updated the Brydge Pro Plus as well as the Air Max to actually have native gesturing. Now when Brydge says native gesturing, I think they really mean that we programmed the trackpad to mimic gestures that you would find on a smart connector keyboard as closely as possible. Gestures. Getting to the home screen on the Magic Keyboard looks like the app is being pushed back down into the home screen, whereas using the gesture on the Air Max Plus, it seems to shoot the app off the screen and then have it crash back down onto the home screen. It's just like, pew, grr. Again, I will give credit where credit is due. Brydge has made a lot of progress with their trackpads over the last couple of years, but is it good enough to warrant a recommendation? What do you think, Monty? Now, last thing I do with these videos is include something called versatility. And the only versatile thing about this product is that this comes off. This is pretty handy, being able to have your iPad protected in a very thin case while still having it with a keyboard is very similar to the Pitaka products I reviewed a few months ago that work with the Magic Keyboard. It's way better than the Logitech Folio Touch, which requires is one piece, so you can't really detach it. The combo will allow you to do that, which is kind of nice, but costs a lot more than this product. So there's really only 2 instances where I would recommend the Air Max Pro Plus. Well, so many, like it doesn't make any sense to me, the naming convention, because you got the Pro, you got the Pro Plus, you got the Air Max Plus, which is what this product is. Where's the Air Max? Like it's just Air, yeah. Anyways, the first instance where I would recommend this is that if you've never used an Apple keyboard before, you're not going to be annoyed by the flaccidness, by the quirkiness of the product, but if you have, then it's just going to be very, very annoying to you. The second instance is that price. It is significantly cheaper than the Magic Pro. Magic Keyboard by almost half. This is like $150. The manufacturer retail price is $150. The price for the Magic Keyboard is like $300, so it's like 50% difference. So you are getting something that doesn't work as well. Honestly, it's very hard for me to get excited for a subpar product for a very pricey tablet. But if you are on a very, very tight budget, I would still not get it. I would get the Logitech Folio Touch. I think when I was doing this video, they were on sale for $130, and it's still, I honestly cannot think of any reason. Like if it was 99 bucks, maybe, but it's just, you're taking away like a lot of simple quality of life things by using an iPad with an Air Max Plus. Anyways, that's kind of all I got for this video. Questions, comments. The Logitech Combo Touch review is coming eventually, whenever we get to it. First time watching my videos, I encourage you to click subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you found this review useful, get your stuff through my Amazon links, unsponsored channel, reviews based on real usage. That's kind of all I got, right, buddy? Thanks for watching.